Hello guys, today I would like to share with you what Chinese people think about Baahubali 2nd, because many of you were asking like Baahubali 2nd was released in China, so what do Chinese people think about it? I didn't really watch Baahubali 2nd in the movie in the cinema, but there are a lot of comments in the internet all recommended by Chinese people. So I would like to share with you what Chinese people think about it. And now let's look at this website. This website is very famous for giving rank and giving stars for all the movies, videos, music, and everything. So we can see Bahubali 2nd, the conclusion is 7.1 out of 10. So it's kind of like a big high. So generally, I would say most Chinese people like it. We can see some people give 5 star, and mostly they give 4 star or 3 star. So it's kind of high already in this website. And we can also see the comments here. So 8,000 people watch it and 4,000 people want to watch it. And here is the recommendation, like 70%, 60%. They really give really good recommendations, references. And 28% think it's really very average, very normal, just so. And 12% think it's really bad. Okay, so we can see some people are saying this is not really good, feel like it's always dancing, but it's still better than the Great Wall shooted by China. Okay, second one is saying it's just like a comedy, like a lot of exaggeration, and the second is worse than the first one. And he doesn't really like the main actor, and his hair is always flowing. I don't know, I never watch it, so. And they cannot see who is the father, who is the son, and feel like it's just like, well, nothing much. This girl or this boy doesn't like it. And this one is saying Bahubali is really very charming. He can flirt, he can fight, and this princess is really beautiful, and especially in some scene in a boat. Yeah, well, it's about like in a kingdom, but the story looks very old fashioned. It's worse than the first one. Hmm. Yeah, so there's all the short recommendations, short references. Some people would only give 2 stars. It's just like Indian version of yoga, kung fu yoga. It has some actions and some dancing and some CG, but really bad CG. Okay, this one gives 1 star. It's just dancing and fighting and some mysterious, and the CG is really bad and the logic is messed up. Mm, it's just like a comedy like that. Okay, this one give 5 star. So she is saying the second one and the first one should be combined together so you will know the whole story. And it's really good when it combined. Like she watched the first one and now she watched the second one, and she really liked the fighting scene and all the story and all the CG. Okay, so she is saying it's the Indian way, the way that people like in India. Okay, now let's take a look at some long comments. So they're saying this Indian movie Bahubali is far much better than some Chinese movies like The Great Wall. I don't know if any of you watched it. I watched it before. It was like just very normal movie and it's not really good. And it's saying Bahubali 2nd is far much better than that. And India win over China this time. Okay, let's see. So they're saying Although the story is just old fashioned about the revenge of the prince, but it's very famous among the Indian people. And this thing he listed all these Indian movies like Dango, Three Idiots, and Oh My God, and Hindi media. I will also share what people think about it, what Chinese people think about it, what are their comments later in my later videos. So you can keep in tune. Okay, so speaking of Bahubali second, it's saying the story is not the best. It's only for the comedy, but it really looks very awesome. All the dresses, all the background, and all the comedy and laughters is really good. It's much better than some of the Chinese comedies. And Indian people are really good at building all the stories, and he likes this violence beauty. Like there are a lot of fighting scenes, there are a lot of violence, a lot of blood, but it also makes it like in a very good way. The violent beauty, I like it. And all the fighting scenes and stuff, and all the team really try to make this vision like it's really amazing, like mysterious but also very bright, makes you feel so comfortable when you're watching it, especially in the cinemas. Look at all the scenes. So mostly it's just action and dancing. So this is really good combination in Bahubali second. Like it's very easy to watch, and it's so good to just laugh at all the comedies. Oh, that's awesome. Like all the things, all the CG. Well, so he's mentioning one thing that in the end is really some logical problems which is not good about this plastic gold or stuff. But overall, it's much better than the Chinese Great Wall. Okay, this one, let's see, this one. It's also saying it only like Bahubali second. Maybe it's not so. It didn't really pay so much money for it, but it's much better in the vision and other stuff than some Chinese movies. Okay, he is saying Bahubali second took 4 years and they put 17.5 billion rupees. Is it like that? Wow, it's really a lot. Second, Bahubali second took 5 years and 25 billion rupees. Oh, that's a lot, but it's really good. Like the all the vision, like the kingdom and the background and all the stuff. And I still remember when I was reacting to the trailer. Yeah, it was really amazing, really splendid. Okay, so this is really a very highly made, like highly paid Indian movies, but actually it's still lower than a lot of Chinese movies, but it turned out to be much better. Yeah, so he really likes the Indian movie industry. Okay, this is saying that Bahubali second is really a flow in Chinese market. It's saying like Chinese people don't really like Indian movies, not like Bahubali, the typical Indian movies. But there are some movies that are really very famous in China, like the Hindi medium, like the Three Idiots, like Dango. Many people like it, watch it, and they really give really good comments. But when it turned to Bahubali second, it was really bad. Okay, so he is saying he noticed that he know that it's gonna happen like that because all the Dango and Hindi median thing, they were talking about some social society problems. They really discuss very deeply into it, which Chinese market or Chinese movies really lack. So people like to watch it and really admire like Indian industry. They can movie industry. They can make videos like this. But Bahubali second is kind of really typical Indian movie. I think it's from South India, so it's really very exaggeration and a lot of things that for Chinese people, especially the cultural thing, Chinese people cannot really get. So yeah, it's like the cultural differences. That's why that's also one of the reason why it was a flow in Chinese market. And this it's saying okay, it looks funny. So it's saying it's hard for Chinese people to get all those slow mode pose and the Indian way of showing the heroes and the South Indian movie CG and stuff. So yeah, it's very typical Indian movie and it's really very famous among Indian people. But in China, Chinese people don't really like this. Not like this kind. So this one is saying I don't really agree to some of the negative comments because it's just a story about the God, about how God fight for his own kingdom. So okay, so it's saying even though in the movie Bahubali second, it's not showing any sign of being a god or what, but you can see in the movie every second it is God's word, it is God's kingdom. So for him, it's really a very good movie to admire God and to think in a God way, to think in a video way, in an Indian way. And he says it's very awesome, it's very exciting, and all the scenes are really very beautiful. And he says you should deserve more than seven scars. So he gave 5 stars. We can see. Okay, so that's what I want to share about what Chinese people think about. And if you like it, I would like to search more of this movie comments so I can share with you what Chinese people are thinking about it. If you like it, please share and like my video and leave comment below like what you want me to share with you, what Chinese people think. Thank you.